Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound. Today we've got the sound system demo in the 2024 Volkswagen ID.4 and its base 7-speaker sound system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, controls, and speaker locations. We're going to test out the 5.1 capabilities. Then we're going to take the car on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and then you can hear my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And we have tested this system back in 2023, but I wanted to revisit it for the facelifted 2024 model. And I am aware that there's a 9-speaker Harman Kardon sound system offered in the Plus models, but unfortunately, that's not what Volkswagen gave us. So maybe we can get our hands on one of those, slide in real quick, do a sound system review, but this is a revisit of the 7-speaker just to see if they've changed anything. So before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Try to keep the car running there with a little button that you can use. But yes, refreshed a little bit for 2024. We got a little bit different battery chemistry, so we're able to go a little bit further on a charge. Not really much in terms of visual changes or anything, some changes on the interior, but it's been a while since we drove a Pro S model. I believe the last one we had was simply an S. This one you're looking at about $52,000 or so before the federal tax credit. If you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. I don't think we'll be doing a highway fuel economy and range test on this one, but we've got some on the older Volkswagens, and you can just kind of add a few miles in there for this new battery chemistry. So all that you want to see will be linked below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. New 12.9-inch infotainment screen here for these upper-level models, and I will say we're doing a full dedicated breakdown on the system. You can find that in the links below. But we're in the media screen now. We're going to go over here to settings, and then sound, and then we're greeted with a treble, bass, and mid-range. Let's go through those. Below that, you've got a focus screen where you can move the sound around the cabin, essentially your front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. And then a volume screen. It's got speed-dependent volume increase, so as you get going faster, make up for road and wind noise, the music will increase in volume. And then a maximum startup volume. This is nice, so if you're jamming out the night before to music, you come in, shut the car off, get back in the next morning, it's not going to blast you at that same volume. I like having that. Also, this is interesting, infotainment system volume lowering when parking. So I assume when the cameras come up, the volume of the music drops down by a certain amount. And that's all you got for audio adjustments. For audio controls here in the ID.4, you have a slider right here for volume. You can also tap on either of the sides to go up or down. You also got a slide or a click right here on the left side of the steering wheel. For track selection, you've got to either use the touchscreen from the center or use the steering wheel controls right here. That can be a little frustrating. Say, for example, you're listening to your USB and you want to use your phone projection. You're going on there. It's like, okay, I want to change something USB. It's 1, 2, a few clicks away for the passenger. Fortunately, the screen is really snappy and responsive, so it is better to do that than some of the other systems on the market. For audio inputs here in the ID.4, you have your standard, well, not so standard actually, just FM and Sirius XM and internet radio. No AM radio support here in the ID.4. You've got Bluetooth, support for wireless and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 2 USB-C ports right here. What does that mean you're missing? Well, you don't have any other sort of streaming services built in, no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, like I said, no AM radio, and no USB-A ports. Make sure you've got an adapter if you like to plug in. Speaker locations. As I said, this is the 7-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got door woofers 1, tweeters up in the A-pillar 2, center in the middle 3, 4, 5 on the other side, and then 6, 7, oh, please apologize, I got off the seat, 6, 7 right there in the back. Alright, let's take a look. Nope, I didn't say anything, Volkswagen. That's happened multiple times so far this week. Let's take a look at the 5.1 capabilities of the system. I'm assuming it's not going to have any, but yeah, we've been surprised before.
Welcome to the Immersive Audio Album Channel Configuration Test. Left. Center. Right. Left surround. Right surround. LFE.
Alright, so about what I expected, just a 2-channel system, but it does downmix properly with that 5.1, so that's good to see. And with that, let's head out on the road. you all are hearing this, right? This is absolutely unacceptable for a car that costs $50,000. I don't care about tax credits. I don't care about EV this, powertrain that. I would not shell out over maybe $35,000 for a car that has a sound system that sounds like this. I might as well not even be listening to these tracks because they sound so bad and so off. It's not even harsh in my ears or painful. It just doesn't sound right whatsoever. Are you kidding me? I mean, one of the worst sound systems we've ever tested was the Volkswagen Jetta S, or maybe it was a Sport, which is essentially just an S with some appearance bits. And in that car, for just a hair over 20 grand, okay, yeah, fair enough, it's a 4-speaker system, it's a bass, I get it, whatever. But this is the Pro S ID.4, and you're getting this sound quality? Absolutely unacceptable. For this next track, we're going to turn the bass all the way up. I really don't expect anything, but, we got to do it. Let's see what happens. So yeah, the music is slightly more bass heavy feeling now, but I'm not getting maybe the slightest shakage from these door woofers, but I'm not feeling it at all. Wrapping up my thoughts here on the 7-speaker sound system in the Volkswagen ID.4. Now, I didn't go back and watch my review of the 2023 model. For those of you who aren't aware, the 24 model here has a slight facelift. We've got a different infotainment system, a few differences to the drive motor. I did see in my thumbnail that it was a D tier is what I gave that system. And I don't know if they sound different. I'm going to check out the video when I get home and just kind of compare them. But there's no way this can be even D. Now, that car I drove last year, I believe was a good bit cheaper. I think it was just an S model, which would bring it down to the low 40s. This being a Pro S, we're more than that. And it's a next model year, so things are more expensive as well. I'm between E and F. I don't think we've ever given F tier to a new vehicle before. And I don't think I'm going to do it now. But my goodness, if you care at all about music, and the sad thing is, it's not even just music. When I first got into this car, I picked it up at the airport, and I turned on a podcast, and even the podcast didn't sound right. Just the vocals in here, they didn't sound good. So if you care about using your sound system whatsoever, and you don't have any intention of doing something aftermarket, do not pay over $50,000 for this car. It's absolutely unacceptable. And I don't even know if I'd go 40,000. I mean, it's really bad. It's one thing for something like our Chevy Bolt that was 33 and plus the tax credit to have a slightly better sound system than this, but I'm going E tier for now, low E tier. Sorry Volkswagen, you gotta do better than this. If you do want to see and hear more on the car, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.